Hello coders. So in the last video we successfully displayed data from MongoDB to our Flutter app. Now it's time that we add our task and post data from our Flutter app to MongoDB. So for this we already have made our create user task endpoint, and in that we have used this user task schema to add our task in our MongoDB Atlas database. So we will use this endpoint and add our task. So we will come to add task controller, and I will simply make a method, new method here. Now we are going to use a package which is do. So just search for do flutter, Google it, and you will find it. And we are going to use this. Okay, so we can also use HTTP package which were using in the last video for get request, but in this video we will use do. So both the packages are fine, but yeah, do is more advanced than HTTP and more complete than HTTP. Now the first thing which we need to do is put do in our pubspec.yaml. We'll just put the latest version. Now we need to initialize do in our controller class. Just import do. Okay. Now just in this async method we have to use our do. So we'll just copy paste performing post request, and yeah, we'll use try catch as we are using async. So and in the try block we'll paste this line, and you can see it here, response. So this is what I have done there. Response equals await do dot post, and it takes two parameters. One is the URL, endpoint URL, and another is map in the form of this data. So here we are passing our map. So first let's put our API URL endpoint. So it will be same, the base URL will be same, and it's better if we put it separately here at the top. And then we can use it here. We can again make one string, name it API URL, or you can name it route endpoint, whatever you like. And then after that we just need to provide our endpoint URL here. So we'll go to our server side coding and check our endpoint. So first we have to paste this, and after that we'll go to our user task route, which is here, and then this completes our API URL. So use slash user task slash create user task. So do remember to paste this API URL correctly. Previously I had missed this, and because of that API was not working properly. Generally we forget to put this. Yeah. So do remember to put this. And it's always better to check the values of whatever we are using, like API URL in the console. So we'll use logger for that. You can use print statement, but I generally prefer to use logger. Okay, so now here we just need to provide our API URL, and here in data we'll provide our map. So just come back to our server side coding. Okay, you can see here the user task in the response.body we have defined this my task title as in the body. So we'll just copy it, paste it here, and similarly for my task description. Okay, you can put one comma here at the end to properly format it. Okay, yeah, so for now I will just hard code the values so that we can check our URL more quickly. After soon we will change it back to how it should be. So just hard coding the data. Now we'll check if response.status code is equal to 200 or 201. That means our task has been successfully created, and we can just return our response. And it's better that we print it also here so that we can see in logger in our debug console what our value is for the response. Response dot data dot toString. This is how we read value from response. So response dot data dot toString. If we use HTTP, we would have used response dot body, but here in Dio we use it like response dot data dot toString. Yeah, just little change. And in case we have any error, we will log out dot e. Okay, now we are ready to check our endpoint. We'll just copy it here and paste it here. So yeah, now we can check our API. We'll just click on post, and in the debug console we should see our data. Okay, here. Okay, yeah. So if we come here, the first API URL, we got it here. Okay, and then response is here we are getting creating post and task description. Cool. So yeah, our endpoint is working correctly. Now we'll remove this hard coded data and make it work how it should be. Now to make it dynamic, we'll make one more text editing controller. Okay, and then we can use this here. And similarly, here you will see in the task name controller in the text field we have already in the controller we have already done this add task controller dot task name controller. Now here also we need to define our controller. We'll copy this line. Okay, now our API should work properly with our Flutter app also. So let's just check it. Okay, yeah, we have got it, and if we come back here, we should see at the end. I think we need to hot restart it. Okay, the previous one was there, creating post. Okay, yeah. So you can see AA and BBB. We can again optimize the code. So instead of passing our map here, we can use the map which is already here. That is map to JSON in our model class. So we can use it directly and optimize our code even further. And we are going to do that now. For that, we'll make an instance of our model class here. So okay, now you can set values to our task model here. Dot task name equals, and similarly, so instead of passing this map, we can pass our map from model class using task model dot to JSON. Now give any task name and task detail so that we can check, and most probably we will see an error in the debug console. We will check it what error we are getting. Okay, yeah, you can see here we got an error, and here you can see task title is required because we have made one mistake here in this model class. Here we have made one mistake. It should not be task name, it should be my task title. Okay, I know we should not have it like this, and we will change it back to one consistent way after this. But yeah, let's just check if our API is working fine or not now. We'll post again. Okay, you can see our task has been successfully posted here. Task title 1234, and in the app also we can see just hot reload. Okay, yeah, I have made new method. That's why we need to hot reload. Otherwise, using the previous method and boolean is uploading, we can make it. We can show our circular progress bar. So just like how we have done here. But yeah, I will do that in the next video using another approach using OBX, which is much cleaner than this one, and we don't need to use update every time we need to update our UI. Just little changes I would suggest so that the, for better code. Okay, here you see that I have made my task title, my task description, mainly because in our server side coding, you see I have written this my task title, my task description. So this was just to show you the difference between this task title here and the value which we use here. So it's always better that we use the same here also. We need to push the code to Heroku. It is getting uploaded. Now do remember that here this will not work now because it is here my task title. So we can change this here, and instead that let's directly change it in our Flutter app. So come back to our Flutter app in our task model. So we'll have a consistent name in both our server side and in our front end side. So if you see here in our server side coding, in our user task model, we have task title and task description. So we'll just come to app.cooktype.io, and yeah, of course you can manually change it there, but yeah, I prefer this. I think this will easier way to do it. And do remember to remove this comma, otherwise you will see one error. Okay, cool. So now we have our model ready. We need to paste it. Here also change it to task title. Let's change this in one go. So press Ctrl H and we will match case and match whole word also using these two buttons. I will check again, final checking. Okay, click on post. Okay, you can see here task description checking and task title is final. So everything is working fine now. So I did this change mainly to have better coding style, and previously I had done that to make you understand. That was the only reason. But yeah, this is how it should be in both the sides, in server side also, uh, and in our front end side also. In the next video, we will see how to use getx obx instead of this get builder. The one benefit is that we won't be requiring to use this update method whenever we require to update our UI. It will automatically change whenever our boolean value of is uploading changes. So it is much cleaner than using get builder. We'll see it in the next video. Till then, take care. Bye bye.